The air was charged with excitement as runners gathered at the starting line. Adrenaline coursed through my veins, my heart pounding with anticipation. This was it, the ultimate test of my strength and endurance after months of training. It was time to run my first duathlon. The duathlon began with a 6-kilometer run, followed by a 35-kilometer cycling course, and finally a final burst of energy should propel me through another 6-kilometer run. It was going to be a battle against myself and the clock. I dropped my bike off in the transition zone and explored the course with Loic, a friend of mine. The run had a few vexing curves that looked fairly slippery and 2 uphill sections. My initial plan was to start running at a 3.50 kilometer pace, so that I would spare some energy for the bike part and the second run. But hey, you know what Mike Tyson once says, we all have a plan until we got punched in the face. Back to the start. Being a novice, I found myself in unfamiliar territory. Where should I position myself among the sea of determined competitors? Should I position myself in the front row and risk blocking other runners or being overrun? Or should I position myself in one of the last rows and risk being blocked by other runners? Contemplating my options, I opted for a middle ground, settling comfortably in the third row. With my planned pace of 3 minutes and 50 seconds per kilometer etched in my mind, I set off on the run. However, fate had other plans. I caught sight of Peter, a friend and fellow athlete from my club, and instinct took over. I decided to keep pace with him, a spontaneous choice that would shape the course of my race. I ran the 6 kilometer in 21 minutes, averaging 3:37 per kilometer, and entered the transition zone feeling stronger than ever. The transition went smooth as well. I managed to overtake 2 more competitors. Now it was time for the bike part. 4 laps of a little less than 9 km. The course was extremely slippery and fairly technical. Every turn, every twist demanded precision and skill. I navigated the first round of the course like a true daredevil, feeling the rush of adrenaline running through my veins. But after experiencing my rear wheel slipping in a turn on the wet road surface and hearing the collective cry of anguish from the riders behind me, I realized the situation we were in. The close proximity between us meant that if one person went down, it would cause a chain reaction of falls. Considering the approaching triathlon season, I made the conscious decision to minimize the risk involved in navigating wet turns. It simply wasn't worth jeopardizing my well-being or that of any of the other athletes. After the second round, the universe had a surprise in store for us. Dark clouds loomed above, and as if the wet road wasn't enough, rain began to pour relentlessly. As I pedaled forward, raindrops splattered against my face, a symphony of determination and resilience. And then, a mischievous twist of fate. The wheel of the guy in front of me became a magnet for rain, drenching me in a deluge. It was as if I had unwittingly stumbled into a waterboarding session. As the final round approached, a wave of nervous anticipation swept through the air, each participant fueled by the desire to secure a favorable position for the upcoming run. The transition went smooth. It took me 39 seconds to switch from one discipline to another, but if you're watching it like this from your devices, it probably looks like it took me an eternity. As the rain-soaked socks clung to my feet, I embraced the discomfort of the run and pressed on, silencing the nagging voice of doubt, knowing that the finish line beckoned. And so, as the finish line drew near, a surge of exhilaration and satisfaction flooded through my veins. The duathlon had tested my limits, challenged my endurance and pushed me to new heights. As I surveyed the finish line before me, I couldn't help but revel in the overwhelming joy that comes from pushing beyond one's limits. For in that transformative moment, I realized that the true measure of success is not merely found in crossing the finish line, but in the profound growth, resilience and unwavering determination forged along the way.